Take a short walk as you head to your yoga mat. We'll begin our practice today for our hips. So if you would like, you can start in child's pose, having your toes curled to get your stretch in the feet. And just settling in, moving your hands more to the front of the mat and just elongating the spine. Feeling where you are, noticing the sounds around you, and adjust your body into a tabletop position, just circling the body around, just loosening up your joints. Circle around to the left and to the right. Then come to your first downward facing dog. Just getting to know your body here, how the hips feel. You can have a slight bend to the knees, and there's pulsating by bringing the left and the right knee closer to your stomach, engaging the core here, noticing how your hips feel, which one is more tight. And widen your feet a little bit more in your downward facing dog. Adjusting your neck. Maybe your head is wet like mine, and we're gonna dry our hair through our downward facing dog. And in through the nose and out through the mouth once again. And then widen your feet past your mat. How does this make you feel? Does it feel good? Can you feel more tightness in the hips and the thighs? And move your hips side to side by keeping your hands still nicely placed in the same position. Then come over to a plank, holding it for a little bit, and then back to downward facing dog. We'll do this pattern for a few times, just engaging the core here and warming up our shoulders. So inhale, come forward to plank, and exhale, release to down dog. Noticing how your grip feels, just moving side to side here, and then back to downward facing dog. Remembering to breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth, keeping the core nice and tight. Engaging your pelvic floor, and bringing your feet closer in, and then wrapping yourself with the right leg over the left, bending the knees in, lifting soon the left leg from plank up into a curl, bringing it back over the right ankle back to down dog. So engaging the pelvic floor here as you shift forward to plank. Engaging even more, and then lifting the left leg, crossing it over, pushing back to down dog. Very good. In through the nose, lift the back leg, cross over, back to down dog. Very good. Come back to the wider legged down dog, just pulsating here into plank and back to down dog. Then cross over the opposite way, bending in, just moving your hips left to right here, seeing where you have more tightness. Then shift over to plank and then lift the right foot, engaging the core here. Focusing on your breath. You might start to feel it in your shoulders. They're getting on fire. That's good. Last one. You got this. It doesn't have to be perfect. Just notice where your body is at and keep following along. Let's go into plank and down dog. Pulsating here again. We've done our warm-up. Let's move into our first chaturanga. So just push up your way down. Good. Adjust yourself and come down a little bit, shrugging your shoulders as you come forward, just tightening them to your ears, and then back up. Take a breath here. You did great. Your shoulders are thankful to be at rest. Come back to child's pose. Taking a moment to regroup your thoughts. How do they feel right now? What's going through your mind? And then let's shift back to down dog. We're going to lift the right leg and bring it in into a lunge, lifting up and twist side to side, feeling out the spine here. And then bringing your hands over the shoulder, just giving yourself the oblique stretch. Then shift your hips forward and back. And again, shift over to a warrior one, resting here as the blood flows through the head, shaking out the head again. If your hair is still wet, maybe noticing it getting a little bit drier. In through the nose and out through the mouth. Then lift the left leg up into a standing split, or as much of a split as it looks like. As you can see, I can't do it either, but I'm working my way towards it, keeping myself engaged, realizing how tight my hips are, and bringing them back and forward, curling the back toes to feel the deeper stretch, and giving myself a little bit more of a hold into the lunge and plank, shifting the hips into down dog, taking a breath, shift again down, let's lift the opposite leg into the sky really soon. There it goes. Bring it in into the deep lunge, shifting the shoulders side to side, giving yourself the oblique stretch very gently. Make sure you're focusing on that breath. Taking the hips back and forward. Very good. In through the nose, out through the mouth. You may be noticing that this side is more tight than the other, so your movements may be slower. Let's bring yourself into the warrior one stance, shaking it all out, giving yourself a moment for the blood to rush into your face. This is good. And we're going to go into the standing split, keeping yourself engaged, putting your weight forward and into the left foot. Once again, standing split doesn't have to be perfect. Just lift the leg up and keep your core engaged, tightening that pelvic floor to keep your balance. Then bring the right leg down into the warrior one stance, into the deep lunge. There you go. And then shift the weight back and forward. This is a great stretch for if you are always sitting down at work. Then you can adjust your wrists to give them a stretch. Let's go back to down dog, into the wider, semi-wided back. Just going through a vinyasa flow, giving yourself a moment of rest, curling those shoulders upward as you're coming down. And this time let's do a wide-legged child's pose, bringing your knees to the outside of the mat and slowly making your hips go down. And again, you can here shift your weight side to side. Breathing in through the nose, expanding the belly, and exhaling out, releasing the belly. I am strong. I am doing the best I can. I honor my hips. Today, I give them my love. And again, let's from the beginning, just circling your body around, noticing any changes, how you can go deeper into your down dog, pedaling out the feet. And just shaking it all out again and pedaling out the feet, bringing those knees further into your chest. Lifting up the left leg over the hip, bringing the left shoulder closer to your core, and then bringing the left leg to the outside of the mat into the other lizard's pose. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Just stretching out your hips here, placing both hands on the mat if you need more support, or lift it over the head for a deeper stretch. Then you're going to shift the weight back and forward, back and forward. And into downward dog, and plank, and chaturanga. Do you remember how you felt when you first started and you did your first push-up down versus how you feel now? This time in child's pose, bring your shoulders back, having your hands by your feet. And if you'd like to, just stay here. Noticing how your body feels. You can clasp your hands in the back, noticing how tight they are, if you can extend back. And gently just rotating your wrists so that you can bring them a little bit more back. And then shifting them left to right. envisioning a white light in your shoulders, opening them up further, giving yourself that sense of self-love. But it's not a sense, it's a feeling that you feel from your heart. Self-love is not a practice, but a feeling. Bringing your hands to heart center, and honoring and giving gratitude to yourself. Because you set almost 15 minutes to be with yourself, to open up the hips, and lay here in child's pose for as long as you need to, and envisioning that white light of love radiating from your shoulders. Now let it fill the rest of your body, knowing that you are loved, but not by others, but from yourself, from within. Listen to your surroundings. What do you hear? Then listen to the voice within telling you what to do next. And gently rising if you wish, and thanks for practicing with me. Feel free to subscribe, and let me know if you have any tightness. Leave it in the comments, and I'll make a video just for you.